Hi everybody, I'm John Holden of Land Designs Unlimited in Newtown, Connecticut, and what I'd like to do today is give you a tour of my property. Now, I'm hoping this tour is going to give a chance to kind of show you that I truly do practice what I preach regarding landscape design. However, I want to point out that as a horticulturalist, I've kind of left the garden open with room for expansion, and it's more of a mix of interesting plants. My wife and I literally bought the farm when we purchased this house. It's a farmhouse that was built in the early to mid 1800s. We have absolutely gorgeous soil. It's hard to find a rock larger than about a softball. And we have some wonderful trees shading the house. So if you have a few minutes, I hope you'll walk along and enjoy the tour. Here's a quick pan of the house. Starting from the right side and moving, there's our front door again. There's our garage. Small pathway to the backyard to get to the wood pile. And then there's a row of some beautiful sugar maples which do a great job of screening the house from that sun. And then moving over, you can see the kids' play set back there. And then all this area on the side of the house, I still don't know quite what I'm going to do with it yet. But there's definitely room to play around. What we'll do is we'll start at the front of the house and just walk you around the yard. You can see right here we have some autumn joy sedum that's just coming into full bloom. Here is a tree called a Korean stewardia. It's one of my favorite small flowering trees. Got one right by the front door. The other side of the walkway we have some Vera Jameson sedum also coming into full bloom. And then we'll walk down the sidewalk and take you to the other side. Right there what we have is a PG hydrangea. It's currently early September, and that PG hydrangea does a beautiful job lighting up the house. Moving past the hydrangea, I have a small shrub border at the edge of the property for a little bit of privacy from the road. And then right here you're looking at a tree called a dawn redwood, which I planted the year we moved into the house, about 10 years ago, and that's grown quite a bit. And then here we are moving over to the side of the house. And there's our pumpkin patch right there on the left, mixed in with some boxwood, and there's some helleborus under there. It's beautiful mountain laurel. And then moving towards the back of the house, just kind of take in this nice edging we have, these nice smooth curves. And then there you see there's a couple more sugar maples in the back, which give us beautiful shade in the evenings on the patio. So here we go, we'll move farther behind the house. Had a little bit of a vegetable garden over here. We just cut that back after the tropical storm. But here is our patio. I have my barbecue right there, a couple chairs there to sit on and enjoy the shade of the evening, picnic table, and then of course, you know, some kids' toys. And then this fencing was more of a temporary thought for our dog, but it's become permanent. In a perfect world it would be something a little nicer. And then there you can see we've got some chicken statuary. Moving around the back of the house, you can see these beautiful sugar maples right there, giving us great shade in the evening. And then behind the sugar maples, there's a forsythia hedge and some viburnums I put in. It's a nice backdrop to the property. And there's a look at the back of the property. Now we can just take a quick walk around the backyard here. And there you can see the side yard all the way to the picket fence you see in the background is our property. And it's just a nice, beautiful, flat, open piece of land. And here you go, here's our chickens again. And then over here we have a stepping stone path I put in a few years back. I did put the hosta there, and eventually I'd like to put some more ground covers farther down the path. And then we can move over, and here you go. Here is our access to our wood pile. And now you're in the backyard. There you can see we got some more work to go on the wood before winter gets here. And then we have this beautiful backdrop, which is a panel fence from Connecticut Fence. But there you go, there's the back of the house. What we'll do now is we'll start at the front door and I'll head the other way. And here's the view of the side of the yard. And as a horticulturalist, I just love the fact that I've got all this room to play with. And there you can see I've got a good, I'm going to say that's about a ½ acre. So whenever plants follow me home from a nursery, got plenty of room to keep moving on. At some point I'd like to plant some ground covers beneath these maples. And over here I've got the beds cut out. I haven't started planting yet, but I definitely have the form I'm looking for over here. And what I'd like to do is put an oak leaf hydrangea on either side of this pathway as time goes by. And then here's the kids' play set. When I started out in the business, I used to mow lawns as well. And one thing that was always very frustrating was the fact that when you had children on the property, you had to move all those toys. And then invariably you would end up mowing a lawn after the rain and you'd knock the swing and get all wet. So this was my solution. I went ahead and got some timbers, and I surrounded the playset with some timbers and put some nice pea gravel down there, keep the kids safe. And this has been here about 3 years, and you can see how nice that looks and how safe it is for the kids. And then here we'll just move a little bit farther. I have a nice bench. One of my customers let me take a piece of bluestone home. So I put this nice bench up over in the side of the yard. And then over here I did limb up some trees and I did clear out the trees. But I tried to leave enough that we have some really nice shade in the backyard here. And if this is just, the potential of this yard is immense down the road. And here we'll just pan back towards the house to give you a feel for it. As always, folks, it's been a pleasure to spend a little bit of time with you. Now, if you'd like to hire us for some work in the Newtown area, please feel free to call us at 203-270-9881 or visit our website at landdesigns.com. As always, folks, it's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you soon.